Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Digital Asset Informer, and for all you informers out there today, we really do have a pretty good little special something that I'm really hoping is going to be great for the channel and have everybody really excited, especially myself, as this is going to be the first of hopefully many to come deep analysis videos. So I chose to do today the Harmony protocol, which this is pretty much brand spanking new. And I thought that it might be perfect for our test run. So I looked over the technical white paper as well as a couple other avenues of investigation and found some really, really good information. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just hop right into it. To begin, most who are involved in crypto of any sort as part of the industry, whether you're a trader or developer, since the boom of crypto, the bane of most projects' existence has been the limitations of transactions and the limitations of being able to get things done as fast as possible and having your transactions move securely and just done the right way, so that way you have a good product. For example, Bitcoin for a while was really bottlenecked. It was at 7 transactions per second, which is astronomically slow compared to everything pretty much that you see nowadays. It was slow, it was expensive, and as the popularity increased and the demand went up, that was just a problem because you were so bottlenecked into that. I mean, I remember one time when Bitcoin was very popular. This was towards when it was at, the 20,000 mark. It was probably lower than that, but I had some Bitcoin. I didn't have a lot, but I had some Bitcoin, and I went ahead and moved it from Coinbase to Binance. And it took almost 2 days to move that over. I thought I lost it. I thought that I had put in the wrong address. I thought it was gone forever. I was so mad, and I was so happy that next day. I mean, it literally took over 24 hours to move Bitcoin from Coinbase to Binance, and it was just ridiculous. With performance limitations like that, it really does leave a void, which many other projects, have tried to move and fill that space, like IOTA or EOS, by changing proof of work consensuses or POW to that of proof of stake or POS. Now, this breaks the limitations of the transaction but by doing so, it cripples other aspects like security and decentralization. So now, with these holes, such as that, it makes sense that you need to find a workaround or a patch or some sort of system to give all three. You need the trifecta. You need transaction speed, you need volume, and you need security. And honestly, there's 4. And reasonable decentralization. The solution to that was sharding. And this created multiple groups of validators and lets the process transactions concurrently, thus making the total transactions, go up exponentially. But this type of system is still vulnerable to things like a single shard takeover attack, which is due to the proof of work being the mode of randomness that generates that mechanism. Now, after a short, quick technical lesson right there that I gave you, I now give you Harmony and the Harmony project. So the Harmony protocol is the next generation of shard-based blockchain, yet it's built to be fully scalable, to have ample amounts of security in place, to be energy efficient. Harmony was made by trying to combine the best research, the best engineering, and to make a system that was meant to fix the flaws of its predecessor. Now, that just right there with the idea behind going ahead and having the goal of fixing all those flaws from the predecessors, that right there is just a mode for success, which already in the short time of Harmony's being has already been very successful for any early investors. First, I want to talk about the scalability. Harmony uses a modified shard network that not only works with communication and validation, but it also shards the blockchain state, which takes Harmony from something like Zquilla and turns it into a fully scalable blockchain. The other problem that we just talked about was security. With Harmony's process of sharding, it is extremely secure thanks to DRG, or distributed randomness generation process, which makes it unpredictable, it makes it unbiased, it makes it verifiable and scalable. All of those things, which each one of those attributes makes it harder for something to be hacked, makes it harder for people who would try and exploit it to do that. With security like that, it can make companies and developers feel very confident about their road to building new infrastructure on this platform. This protocol, it's not only innovative, but it has the ability to change what the standard of blockchain would and should be. With these layers, it'll ensure that applications which we are currently not feasible on normal blockchains, such as Visa scale payments, which they very deliberately talk about Visa scale payments and pause Visa scale payments. I want to just put that into perspective for a second. Visa estimates that they do 1,700 transactions per second on average. And based on those calculations, you can have a pretty well deserved claim of about 150 million transactions per day. Now, let's back up again, and we just talked about Bitcoin getting bottlenecked at 7 transactions per second. And when you put that into perspective, and I know that Bitcoin's not bottlenecked at 7 transactions right now, but you have to look that back then, 1,700 transactions per second, that's crazy. That is a fast amount of speed. We are talking really fast. And that's not to mention everything else that is going to be on this platform. They have the ability to put social networks on here. They're going to have the ability to put, Google and Yahoo sized apps on this. And that is just a tremendous amount of transactions taking place at one time. And if you're able to scale that big, you're talking internet wide. The developers are anticipating billions of people being able to trust and to create a fair economy on this platform, which is just a massive undertaking by 12 people from the heart of Silicon Valley. 12 main staff, I should say. 7 of this team are engineers that have past worked for Google, Apple, Amazon. So they have, a good repertoire. They have a good team put together already. As well as extended team of 36 that are actively collaborating. So now, before I go on to the consensus mechanism, which is one of the keys to all blockchains, I want to remind everybody that this is my first and hopefully first of many deep analysis. And so I really do want your opinion. I want your comments to help make things better and better. And I want to know who you would like to have done next for deep analysis. As your digital asset informer, I thank you for your support. The best way that you can support my channel is to like, share, and subscribe. So enough with the shilling on that. But onto the consensus mechanism. So this is paramount for any blockchain because it determines how securely and quickly blockchain validators reach consensus on the next block. Harmony's protocol is an improvement on PBFT, also known as practical Byzantine fault tolerance. This method has one node as the leader, while the rest are validators. The modified version that Harmony uses is known as FBFT, or Fast Byzantine Fault Tolerance. So in the original method, you would ask all the validators to broadcast their vote to the leader. Now, with this process, to make it go faster, the leader runs a multi-signature process that gathers the votes and broadcasts it, which reduces the communication complexity tenfold. Now, this is a basic idea on how fast Byzantine fault tolerance works. I would need an entire second video to explain the complexities of how the math works, and I'm no mathematician. Which, don't get me wrong, if you'd like it, please mention it below in the comments, and I would love to look more into it and to come up with something. So this is also true of the sharding process, which I will explain some, but not all the mechanics behind the sharding unless somebody requests it later. The sharding scheme that is used prevents malicious validators from overtaking a single shard. And by using that solution that adopts an adaptive POS-based model, basically ensuring that malicious people can never occupy more than 1/3 of the voting shares in a single shard. So it's impossible for somebody, well, I won't say impossible, it's improbable for somebody to take over a single shard, which makes it highly secure. They also have a resharding process where it really ensures that modes of attacks such as static round adaptive, slowly adaptive, and fully adaptive attacks are prevented using the resharding method. That keeps the shards balanced while keeping the security tight. And this does involve a lot of reshuffling and randomizing those shards. Moving on to kind of the network aspect, after major research into blockchains in general, it was noted that bottlenecks tend to occur as popularity grows, which obviously Bitcoin, even Ether had some trouble with that, and a lot of other ones really did too. Harmony has a number of improvements that deal with these types of situations. They have started with making, I want to say it's Erasure, but I'm not 100% on the name, Erasure code, which it makes it faster. So Harmony has a sender, basically first code the message with the sender code, and then it sends chunks of the coded messages to neighbors, which reduces the load on the sender in the size of the original message along the network. They also employ, I'm going to butcher this name too, a Katamali base routing, which in a nutshell is you take a message that needs to go from point A to point B, and you have nodes everywhere. You have all these nodes that are all over the network, and it looks at the shortest established route from A to B, and it takes that route with those nodes. So it reduces the overall network load. With Harmony, there really is an extensive amount of growth available, and the team is looking to further research into fraud proofs to help secure their protocols even better, and working with stateless validators, which will enable the blockchain data to grow much faster than any existing chains. So I really hope that you enjoyed this deep analysis of Harmony, also known by its ticker ONE. At the time of this video, I would say that they are really looking pretty good. They're up 16.54% for the day, for the 24-hour, and that's pretty damn impressive. Harmony is looking to make some really big moves in the market, as it's reported that their mainnet is on countdown to launch. I really do wish Harmony an amazing run at it, and I wish them the best of luck in the future. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and look forward to more of my videos in the future as we do more deep analysis and other breaking news in the crypto space. I'm the Digital Asset Informer. Until next time, informers, and please like, subscribe, share. That is the best way you can help my channel. Until next time, thanks.